At the time of recognizing, the worthless will be showered in his divided light.
At the time of recognizing, the worthless will be showered in his divided light. Something about you isn't quite culty enough. Keep your head down and they won't notice. Oh, great Mothman, look upon your lands with mercy and protect us from...
Great Mothman,
Stuff.
look upon your lands with mercy and protect us from... stuff.
Our enemies can't hide. No, his enemies won't escape. They'll face his judgment. There you are. How fares the surface? Just act normal and take my lead. Yes, I agree. Praise be to the Holy Mothman. Look, don't get too close to them. They might see through your disguise. Big Mothman, hear my story. Keep me safe from the storm. And Big Mothman, hear my story. Keep me safe from the storm. And greetings, fellow cultist. How goes your cultist duties? His eyes burn like the night, and no enemy can escape his
burn
light.
like the night, and no enemy can escape.
You
his
have rejoined us, and the flaps of his powdery embrace. That was weird. Let me try again. It calls to us.
Hey,
He
I don't think I've met you yet. Odd, I thought I knew all our believers. Anyway, I'm Scarlet. And you are?
all these eggs.
Holy! Mothman, holy! And he has been guiding my path for quite some time now. But Alex has been a true prophet. Oh, we are all so excited for the big ritual. We are so close to being consumed by the light. What a stupid question. She is our leader, you fool. Oh, I almost envy her. She has been chosen by the great Mothman. Oh, I wish I was chosen. No, Scarlet, envy is an ugly thing. No place for envy amongst believers. The Mothman shall receive all us believers equally and consume us with the light. As you were.
If it's a Mothman, then why the hell are there eggs everywhere? Praise be to
something, Mothman, something...
At the time of recognizing, the worthless will be showered. His
dare you come in here interrupting our ritual and killing my little mothlings! That's not gonna happen. And if you interfere with our ritual, we'll make you our next sacrifice. What a weird time to ask questions. I guess we can spare a few seconds. I like to get to know my victims a little anyway. Hugo caught wind that I was still in contact with Audrey after they moved to Shenandoah. He sent a goon to kill me, keep me away. The bombs fell as I was being attacked. Probably the only reason I managed to escape. I was out in the woods by myself, barely alive, getting my strength back. Until this lot found me and made me their leader. Lucky me. They've turned out to be a great help to make my revenge against Hugo a reality. I'm not alone in that. Many here want to see Hugo suffer. And I won't let you get in the way of that. That's really easy. Surprised you couldn't figure that one out yourself. If I can't have Audrey, then Hugo can't have Cassidy. Getting her was simple. Just convince some of our ghoul members that the Mothman has spoken. He demands a special sacrifice. Got them dolled up in some clean 63 jumpsuits and had them sneak in during the night. Good thing that door in the basement is wide open. Now they're all abuzz about a super special ritual, waiting for my next move. But I still haven't picked out the right tool for the job yet. For some of them, it's just a matter of saying the right thing. Mothman showed me this, Mothman showed me that. Next thing you know, I'm a prophet. The rest? Well, we share a common interest. They're my wolves hiding in Moth's clothing. We have one at Hugo. Do you know what that bastard did to these people? How he used them, stole their homes, left them for dead? So much about that man, family, that you barely understand. Allow me to enlighten you. There was a small still in his heart when Hugo arrived, right where he wanted to build his precious vault. When they refused to buy out, he offered them all a safe spot. You know Hugo. It shouldn't surprise you that he went back on them. He left them all, scared them off, kept the land. Parasite, sucking dry the innocent, making no compromises that stand in the way of his vision. Maybe now I understand who you're working for. Why I can't let you take my prisoner away. Audrey was the only one who ran into in the before times. Her dad hated us being together. thought I was a bad influence on him. Maybe I thought he was a capitalist pig. Family business was everything to him. Anything that stood in its way had to be eliminated. I guess I stood in the way. They shouldn't understand. But also, look at me. Look what I've become. She would never take me back anyway. I agree. Should try.
Big Mothman, hear my story. Keep me safe from the storm. And heretics among us!
I trust you have taken care of everything, and I can send my man out to get Cassidy. Fantastic. Oh, I wish I was there to see it. You know, in a more figurative sense. With that matter settled, I will notify a team to conduct a rescue effort to bring Cassidy home. I'm truly grateful, my friend.
You're unbelievable. You just couldn't let it go, could you? The only solution you have is to just kill and kill and kill. I can't believe I came up here to try and talk this through. To try to make you see some reason. But I seem to have forgotten how efficient you are. After all these years of not knowing if she was still alive, I had a tiny spark of a hope that I could see her again. Now she's gone. For good. And there is no one else to blame but you. Both of you. For a moment, I really thought you were one of the good ones. But now, you're no different. Just taking orders from my mad father and killing innocent people. You're both just heartless murderers.
Audrey, hang on. You still don't understand. Alex kidnapped your mother. No talking sense into that one. She always just runs away.
Supply runs. You know, before the storms.
No, she's not. Every word of it is true. If only she could see why none of that is a problem. It's just the way of the world. I must get word to the rescue team. Bis später.
What if we go back to the surface? Nobody wants to know us because of our condition. The new animals up there. Any good for eating?
I'm all for fun, but maybe we should wait until more bubbles start moving.
There was a landslide around the mansion. I wonder how that happened.
Just how far did they go to cover up scandals? What else have they... You're back. Were you able to secure Hilda safely? My bar for questionable has been raised quite high in my time here. Care to elaborate? Reckless. Perhaps a necessary step in seeking a cure, but to do so alone, with the region in the state it is, well, it's good you were able to arrive there before she'd gotten herself killed. You're more capable than I had assumed. I'll make sure you're suitably rewarded for your effort. Take a moment to dust yourself off, but report back to me soon. I have another job for you. This one's a bit more delicate than the others. You're dismissed.
Glad Hilda is back safely. Hopefully her research will be just what we need. If you're ready, I'd like to brief you on a highly classified matter. To be frank, you are among the few here that I believe I can share this information with. Though I suppose that's not saying much. I have not been entirely honest about my role here. Not to you, nor other members of the Vault, Hugo included. I am Lieutenant Colonel James T. Oberlin, United States Army. Actively, not formally. I remain in contact with him to this day. I suspect that's for good reason. There's much about how we operate that civilians aren't privy to. And like I said, for good reason. Originally, I was to oversee a government-funded weather research project. One that was shut down and then ultimately scooped up by Mr. Stoltz. While I was never exactly an expert on the subject, Mr. Stoltz found my experience with the project important for the transition. That project led to the development of this very Vault's weather machine, and ultimately our current predicament. I have remained in contact with my associates in the Army ever since, reporting the good and the bad. Not quite. When I signed on with Mr. Stoltz, I made it clear where my allegiances lie. He did not seem concerned with this. Whether or not he realized that I would maintain those allegiances long after the world came crashing down, well, that's not my concern. Not long ago, I dispatched a member of my team to pass along my findings to a drop site I've been using over the years. Unfortunately, he has failed to return, and I fear the worst. Daniel is a good man. It's important we bring him home, if still possible. There's also the matter of the report, and whether or not it had been passed along, or potentially fallen into the wrong hands.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system, and it works, damn it.
No, Daniel is part of the security crew hired by Mr. Stoltz, but he is still a member of my team. While I wasn't able to select my team personally, I have come to trust each and every one of them. It pains me not knowing Daniel's condition. Information on the weather machine, the storm, the Lost, and Mr. Stoltz's recent activities. If things continue to accelerate as they are, I may end up requesting additional support. It's imperative they be made aware of what's happening. Thank you. The drop is located at High Knob Tower along the western perimeter of the park. We haven't had trouble with that location so far, but there is a chance that the Lost have overrun it. Or potentially some other party, drawn in by the allure of the storm. Either way, you're going in blind. Be prepared for the worst. Much as I hate to admit it, I'm not sure I could have managed without your help. Thank you. Please, head to the drop site at High Knob Tower out west. Look for Daniel. And
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, before the accidents.
compromised. A group of outsiders rolled in, heavily armed, started setting up camp. Only a matter of time until they find me up here. Pretty sure this is it for me. But, listen, Chief, I gotta come clean. I want to go to my grave with a clean conscience. This whole thing, the reports, the army, it's a sham, boss. Every single file has gone straight to Mr. Stoltz. We're his men first, Chief, not yours. Not really. There's no military contact. Just Hugo. Those of us in the know have been heading out here to play the part. Make you think it's real. But this ain't a drop site. It's a smoke break spot. I'm sorry you gotta find out like this, Chief. You're one of the good ones. Don't trust anyone down there. We're all just his puppets. Oh, shit! I'm sorry.
You seem perturbed, my friend. Has your work with Chief Oberlin been that taxing? How crude. Come now, my friend. What is this all about?
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
Of course his men work for me. You all work for me, my friend. Allow me to explain. James T. Oberlin is a workhorse. Powerful, focused, efficient. But someone like him needs order. Blinders and a carrot, if you will. With too much freedom of thought, people like him are lost. James came to me as a part of a package. I bought a box of cereal, and he was the delightful toy at the bottom. Now he was a highly decorated, highly skilled prize, but still a part of a larger whole. The best thing for someone like him is a simple purpose. He plays this role because he needs to believe it's true. A smarter man would see through this facade immediately. But not Oberlin. Oh no. A crueler thing would be shattering the only thing that's kept the man sane for the past 2 decades. I do this for him, you know? Ah, you're no stranger to the game, I see. But you must know you're playing against an experienced player, no? If you understand my meaning. Very well. You've caught me red-handed. I hope this pittance will stay your hand.
Felt the whole vault shaking a while back. I was curious that it was nothing to worry about.
Why would he do that?
You're back. And without Daniel. What was the situation? You're serious? And you have proof? Are you sure? Look at me. Are you sure? After all this time, it takes someone from outside this vault to finally tell me the goddamn truth. Thank you, my friend. This... ugh, it's very upsetting. I'm glad I have you to rely on. I'm gonna kill that. No, not yet. Not now. I can't give him the opportunity to turn this around on me. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I need time to make sense of this. It's best that Hugo remain unaware that I've been shown the truth. Not until I'm ready to act. I will allow him to think he retains control. You've earned a reward for your effort and honesty. I will let you know if and when I decide to act on this revelation. For now, I wait. Be careful with who you place your trust in down here. It's a viper's den. Dismissed.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse?
You've been a greater... What do you need? Oh? What did you want to know? How? Yes, I do. How do you know about the Atlas Project?
What if we go back to the surface? Then nobody wants to know us because of our, you know, condition.
We're in some of the other plans. We could head them to the garden. Surely the name is a coincidence.
Oh, hello.
Your name, after all.
It's coming along. Well, sorta. It would be so much easier if I had access to my lab in organics. Still, it's not all bad. You helped me make a major breakthrough. Soon I'll have it all figured out. Probably. Maybe. I hope.
Bye-bye, then.
Thanks
Please
again
don't
for the help
touch
back
anything
there.
in here.
Couldn't have done it
We
without
already
you.
had enough damage. Make it quick. I gotta get back to my work. I suppose. Anything in particular?
Busy.
No. She's a sweetheart. Maybe a little too sweet for me. We had very different upbringings.
Again for the help.
I do envy her sometimes.
Done it without you.
Her parents actually cared. Sometimes it's hard to believe we're actually all related. My parents were never very present or available, so I'm used to not having them around all the time.
Something I can help you with?
But between my father and my mother, I do wish it would have been him in a coma. At least my mother had some heart left. After my father was done corrupting her. It's always the good ones that we lose, isn't it? For sure. I don't have a lot of time, but I can always find some to talk about my research.
Hello.
Where do we start? Not like I had another choice. You've met my father. He doesn't really take no for an answer.
Hello again.
Well, the research we did prior to the bombs dropping is classified. And to be honest, who cares anymore? My current research is focused on the weather machine and its relationship to the Lost. That said, I'm not gonna go into that either, because we'd be here all day, and to be honest, I'm not sure that's something I want to freely discuss. Fine, the quick version then. A few years after the bombs, our residents were fighting against going feral, a complete loss of their minds. All of our research facilities pointed their efforts towards solving that. The weather machine included. By complete accident, we discovered that close proximity to the machine had a sort of reversing effect on the symptoms of feralization. Things didn't shake out as planned, though.
Thanks again for the help back there.
I'm sorry. Really, this is all I'm willing to share on this. I mean it. Not quite. I've always been interested in nature and science. I'd spent hours watching the stars as a kid. No. What I actually wanted was to pursue astronomy. But my father needed a specialist and insisted it be a family endeavor. I was put in charge, but my team did all of the heavy lifting. I think they saw my heart wasn't in it, that I was mainly a family figurehead. I guess my research still has me looking up at the sky.
Couldn't have done it without
That's almost astronomy, right? For sure. She was the love of my life. The only one that ever got me. But I'm not really sure how any of that is
Thanks
relevant
again
to you.
for the help back there. Couldn't have done it without you.
I suppose you're not wrong there. Well, to summarize it, we met in a bookshop. And whilst that might sound romantic, it certainly was not love at first sight. We actually got into a bit of an argument. But our differences quickly became our common ground.
Oh.
We loved to challenge each other's views and tastes in literature. And whilst we started to love how different we were, my father saw it as a threat. God, that sounds cheesy. I'll stop boring you with this now.
Something I can help you with?
Having someone with such strong communist views, sweet-talking the heir of his business, built on capitalist foundations. I mean, you can see how he'd find that threatening, right? I still begged my father to allow her to join us in the
Hello
vault,
again.
but to no avail. Shortly after I talked to my father, she vanished. I always thought he was behind all of it, and now I have proof. I can't believe how much she changed, though. To do something so ridiculous like kidnapping my mother? I don't think we could have worked things out anymore. It sounds like she was a whole different person, and now she's gone for good. Anyway, I think that's enough talking about this for me. Good. I'm busy anyway.
Anything I can look at for you today?
Oh,
Hello.
Any signs of the condition?
Busy.
How's it going out there? Windy? Eris?
If you break it, you repair it. Oh, yeah. Rains it first.
Impeccable timing. I was just thinking of you. You've gone through great lengths to clear a path ahead for us. The stage has been set for final preparations. We can get to that in a moment. Do you want to hear something fascinating? Did you know that lightning can reach temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun? Energy beyond that of a star, and yet we can survive being struck by it. The lost. Myself. My Cassidy. We live with it inside us, dancing, colliding, beautifully and violently. Invisible forces taking form right here, inside, in a fervent embrace. Chaos contained.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse or better?
That's just it, though. This isn't just about me. Please, I'll continue. When I first heard my Cassie's voice, it was magnetic, ensnaring me from across the room. Every footstep perfectly placed, as if I'd done it 1,000 times before. It was a force. A path so clear, so natural, a gravitational pull. Two entities brought together, and a magnificent explosion as a result. Only possible with our meeting. The world shifted at our very presence from that point on.
Vault 63
We
has
did the
lasted this
impossible
long.
together.
No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
What if we go back to the surface and nobody wants to know us because of our, condition?
You think I'm speaking of the past? No. When the feral mind began to take her, I feared losing her forever. That spark between us lost its charge. She slipped further and further away. I made a choice. To follow the only path that had provided us any hope. I reignited that spark. I brought her to the device. I pushed it to its limit. I allowed it to impart on us that power greater than the burning surface of the sun. An accident implies a lack of intent. No, it was a choice. The creation of the Lost was no mistake. Its failure to reach completion is, however, a half-step that left them deserted in a reality all their own. But we need to bring them back. All of them, not just my Cassie. We need to bridge the divide. That is what I'm trying to fix here. That is where I need your help.
Lit the stockpile from the supply runs. You know, before the storms.
That is all I ask. We are so close to a solution now. I've provided Hilda and Audrey with all they need to complete our work. If you speak with them downstairs, they will be able to provide next steps.
And science. And discoveries. And news. Ah, screw it. I miss how it was before.
She knows there's more at stake than her childish passions. She may hate me to my very core. You may as well. But that doesn't change what needs to be done. Thank you. They are already caught up and will provide you with the information you need. Now, is there anything else? I'd prefer if we could begin soon. Yes. Hilda and I had been chasing a potential lead for some months now. We reached a blockade, though. One that was obliterated by your arrival. She and Audrey can provide the specifics, but in short, I believe I am the key. Or at least the results of my mutation are... As I remind you, I'm no scientist. But there is hope. I have seen it. The weather machine? Really? A machine? A tool? What could be left to discuss?
Back to the surface, and nobody wants to know us because of our...
It was acquired. A last-minute sales pitch. I never anticipated it would have the impact it did, both positively and negatively. I hardly care to discuss history and trivial details. What it was is irrelevant. What it is now, progress. A solution. It is the catalyst for their creation, and the creation of the storm as well, though both appear to be living far beyond their conception. Our attempts to stop the spread of the feral mind led to a step in another direction. Now, we course correct. Good. You say that now, but when we succeed, when we fix all of this, well, I imagine she'll come around. We couldn't have come this far without you. I hope you know that.
You think I'm happy doing this, James? Of course not. But what choice do we have? This isn't just about us. It's about everyone here in the vault. Everyone we've lost.
He's not just a liar. He's a killer, Audrey.
Can we get started already? The tissue samples aren't gonna remain stable forever.
Oh great, it's my father's latest hired gun. What are you doing here? Are you cruel or just plain dumb? Let's just get this over with. What do you want?
We're going to be overseeing a final experiment that could alter the future of this vault.
All of our work is coming to fruition. My research on understanding the lost, Audrey's on the weather machine. But the last piece is Uncle Hugo. Like, literally, we're examining a piece of him. Gross, I know. But once we have the right data, we can run the machine again to reverse the effects of the lost. We think.
The risk is high, but the reward is too great to ignore. And we may have a missing piece now, for an extra edge.
My father is the only one afflicted by the machine that has managed to retain his senses. At first, we speculated that it could be related to his sight impairment, but we are certain now there's more to it. He seems to have mutated differently from the other lost.
The experiments I've been running all but confirmed it.
We think the reason is because he was the one to push the big button, so to speak. He made direct contact with the device. The electricity spread out from him, almost like a conduit.
We are, and have the evidence to back it.
We've been comparing tissue samples from Uncle Hugo with ones from Papa and the others. The behavior from Uncle Hugo's sample is far more complex and responsive to stimuli. It's almost as if he's a completed specimen and the rest are just imitating him.
We've been repairing and adjusting the machine to potentially complete the Lost's transformation, using that monster upstairs as a template.
No. Which is why we run tests first. We aren't simply going to fire up the machine again and hope he's right. We need to be sure first.
That's where you come in. We need you to head surface side and run the experiment for us. We've set up a number of devices that can simulate the effects of,
It'll simulate what the impact of different device configurations will have on lost cells. In other words, we can test what would happen if we followed my uncle's plan on a smaller scale.
We're going to be reading the results as they're relayed back here. We'll be in communication via radio tuners on the devices as well. If this proves worthless, my father's going to have to... well, we'll deal with that when we know for sure. You won't need to do much. Just activate the device and keep it safe and stable. We can handle the rest from here. I'll mark the first device for you. We'll make contact once we see it up and running.
Anyone else kind of excited about this? Just me then?
much as I hate to admit it, I'm not sure I could have managed without your help. What do you need?
Talk to me right now.
Oh? What did you want to know? All right, then. What did you want to know?
Please don't touch anything in here.
How?
I've already had enough.
Yes, I do. How do you know about the Atlas Project? Fort Atlas? Not the Atlas Observatory?
Oh.
I can't say that I do, but I imagine you're about to tell me.
State-of-the-art technology, but you probably can't even appreciate that.
I told you the military always has a contingency plan. Unless they aren't military. I better be cautious before making contact. It's impossible to know who they are, or how much has changed. It's worth investigating.
Please don't.
Could even be worth establishing contact.
We've already had enough damage.
I took over the role of Chief Army Scientific Advisor from Major Bentley, when he was deemed unfit for the role. Through my management, the program got back on schedule, and we started to see results. Not that it mattered in the end.
If you break it, you repair it.
Your lack of faith in the military is disturbing. Though unsurprising, given the recovery operations may not have begun yet.
Evening. You're up late.
Nice job on finding their.
The U.S. Armed Forces always have contingencies planned. We're prepared for all eventualities. Even if not everyone were able to make it, there were plans in place to get personnel of every level to a safe location. They'll be finalizing preparations for operations to regroup and rebuild across the country.
If you break it, you repair it.
My last orders were to continue sending reports on progress of the projects here, and report any suspicious behavior from anyone. It was before the recent chaos.
This facility is filled with state-of-the-art technology.
While it's not the life I envisioned for myself, it's been surprisingly pleasant for the most part. Present conditions aside, it's only really been the last decade or so when things have really begun to fall apart.
Oh, hello.
Observation, mostly. I was trusted with everyone's safety. Being security chief meant I had access to everything. I had ears everywhere, from maintenance to top brass. I was to report everything to my superiors at the Capitol. That was the order anyway.
Oh, hello.
Anything else? Nothing too personal, I hope.
Please, don't
Fort Atlas? Not the Atlas Observatory?
Oh, hello.
I'm going to assume that this is a poor attempt at humor to lighten the mood, and politely ask you to stop. Now please, tell me about Fort Atlas.
If you break it, you repair it.
My leadership got Atlas funded.
Oh.
Dr. Hammond was a genius, but he had issues with authority. He had issues with Bentley, too. I sometimes wonder if it was Bentley who was really the problem.
Nice job on finding the replacement part. Oh, hello.
Thank you. Let me know if there's anything else. All right, then.
Nice job on finding the replacement.
My office is always open if you have something important to bring to my attention.
Hello again.
My office is always open if you have something important to bring to my attention. My office is always...
Oh, hi there. Nice to see you again.
Much as I hate to admit it,
Ask away.
I'm sure I could have managed without your help.
Nice
Where
job
should
on
I
finding the
start?
replacement
We drove, duh. Oh, you mean here, as in my job? Nepotism, mostly. My uncle was made overseer of the vault, and my papa is one of his top researchers. So we were brought in to continue our research
greater
here.
asset
You
than
know,
we
in the event the world ended, which
You're dead.
I guess it did.
Please don't talk to me right now.
Usually, I would take care of the plants in the greenhouse and organics. When we were locked down, I'd take care of the gardens in the atrium instead. I still find it relaxing. Reminds me of better times.
It may not seem like much, but your help has been invaluable
Alrighty
to
then.
us. Thank you.
Nice job on
My
finding the
family.
replacement
Well, there's Uncle Hugo and Aunt Cassidy. There's my cousin Audrey, and then there's Papa. Who do you want to know about? Not as fun as you might think. Oh, I know I had a privileged upbringing. I had plenty of opportunities others didn't,
welcome
but
back.
it wasn't really fun.
help?
I tried to make Uncle Hugo laugh a few times with some harmless pranks. Instead, I just got in trouble. I only really saw him at parties and family gatherings, but you could always tell that he was in charge. If he entered a room or stood to make a speech, all eyes were on him.
Nice job on
I
finding
think
the
the only
replacement.
person he really loved is Aunt Cassidy. And maybe Audrey. It's hard to tell. I guess he was pleasant to be around, if he wasn't mad at you. Harmless stuff, really. Putting jelly on Uncle Hugo's cane, moving his coffee mug slightly to the left, stuff like that. I got an earful from Aunt Cassidy after a gala once when she found a whoopee cushion on his chair. He didn't even sit on it. Alrighty then. Ask away. I
Glad
hope
Hilda's
that
back
clears
safe.
things up.
Hopefully her research will be just what we need.
Please don't.
Hopefully Daniel will report this soon.
expected. They become further agitated, volatile. They're much less stable than Uncle Hugo's now.
Great. Now we know the thing that was bound to fail will fail. On to the next device. Over and out.
configuration. Our hypothesis is that the samples from the Lost will begin to behave closer to Uncle Hugo's. Come on, science. You can do it!
God have mercy on us all if it can't.
Sample from Father, even from across the table. They're moving toward it.
Let me see Hugo's. Dear Lord. It's not just that. They're mirroring it, following it. Almost like puppets on strings.
How is this even possible? Did Uncle Hugo know this would happen?
That bastard. He isn't planning to fix them. He's planning to bring them under his control. Sleazy, full-tech scum. I knew it! I'm bringing him into custody. Now!
Oberlin, wait! James! Damn it, he's gone. You're still there, right? There's one more device. Please head there. We have to be sure this isn't some kind of fluke.
like this. This has gotta be a mistake, right? Test. Results coming in now. Please, please be different. No, it's the same. They're all moving with him. How? Why? God damn him.
Audrey, we've got a problem. The bastard is gone.
What?
And you, get back here ASAP. Over and out.